Welcome to Tokyosaurus. So what's up in Japan? The Detective Pikachu game on the 3DS is coming out on March 23rd at the end of this month, and obviously we've all seen the official trailer for the live-action adaptation of the Detective Pikachu movie starring Ryan Reynolds as Detective Pikachu himself, coming out 2019 next year. With all the hype surrounding the spin-off as we're all patiently waiting for the upcoming Pokemon main series game on the Nintendo Switch, I have to say I'm actually pretty excited for the Detective Pikachu movie. But the 3DS game on the other hand, and I have to be honest, didn't look very interesting, at least from my initial impressions. Checking the gameplay in the Japanese version of the game a while back made it seem like you're just walking around talking to different people for much of the game, but I didn't realize the charm of the game was in the dialogue, the story, and obviously the talking Detective Pikachu. In a recent interview with Creatures, a company very much related to the Pokemon company, they said they started the whole project with the concept of making Pikachu talk. They wanted to make a talking Pikachu, and the goal was to surprise and change the perception of Pikachu, who is obviously one of the most well-known characters in the world. And thus, they built an entire game and story to explore exactly that. How can this Pikachu speak? What is his backstory? And just why does he speak as if he's some hard-boiled old man detective who is not unlike some of the other characters we've seen before in the main series Pokemon games? We do know that Pokemon loves its detective stories, and they fleshed out a world to tell them, and to explore the biggest mystery of all. Just who in the world is this funny Pikachu? And in the interview, they made it clear that they worked very hard on a justification for Pikachu's ability to talk and making it work within the boundaries of the Pokemon world. So in other words, there's a very good reason as to why we now have a funny talking Pikachu, and it's going to be a core part of the story of Detective Pikachu. And by the way, only Tim, who is the main human character, can hear Detective Pikachu speak. Seems like talking Pikachus are all the rage these days, especially coming off the last I Choose You Pokemon movie, whose talking Pikachu wasn't exactly well received. But nevertheless, I am already liking this talking Pikachu way more because, at the very least, even if you don't like an old man's voice in Pikachu's body, at least they have confirmed that they will be explaining why he can talk, and they will be exploring Detective Pikachu's story in depth. So I am totally down for this talking Pikachu, unlike the last one we got. But a little bit more about Tim, who is again the main character. His father has gone missing in the city, which is typical with Pokemon's long history of having missing fathers in their characters. I mean, imagine if they made a detective game or a detective story to find Ash's father. That would probably go on to sell just as many copies as a normal Pokemon main title. But that mystery will most likely remain to be unsolved forever, and we'll never get to find Ash's father, so we'll have to make do with finding Tim's dad for now. For the 3DS game, unfortunately, Ryan Reynolds will not be voicing the in-game Detective Pikachu, nor will it be Danny DeVito, as they're probably both way too expensive to hire for just a video game, but there is voice acting for Detective Pikachu, and he's very much like the Japanese version, and if you're wondering why they are releasing a 2016 game in 2018, for those of you who played the Japanese one, which means none of us, they actually added around 3 times the amount of chapters to the game, so the actual game we're going to be getting here is going to be way bigger and expanded than the original, so there's definitely a lot of content you're going to be getting here. I am still a little bit more excited for the movie than the game, but I guess for those of you who need a dose of Pokemon before now and until the release of the Pokemon game on the Switch, this game definitely looks like something you can chew on until then. But I'm curious as to what you guys think of Detective Pikachu so far. Is Detective Pikachu hype or not? As usual, I left a poll for you guys up there, and also let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to drop a thumbs up before you leave, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications if you want to be updated with the latest that's going on in Japan, and I'll see you guys in the next one.